Hi, and welcome to my July 2023 crystal ball readings. We do legally have to say, in the UK at least, that this is a form of entertainment, and anything I say, it's your responsibility what you do with it. Okay. For this month, I'm actually adding a card to each zodiac sign as well for July 2023. So there's a little added bonus there for you. For those who haven't seen me before, this is my crystal ball. And she's pure quartz, and she just lights up with various symbols while I ask her to give me a symbol for whatever. You can see how she's lighting up in there with the light in the room and the little auras that you can see as well. Okay, so that's my crystal ball. And I'll prep it all before, otherwise I'd be here absolutely ages. And she also gives a general feeling for July as well for everybody. It's just the general energy. And for the general energy in July 2023, she's given me a very nervous energy, very, very nervous energy. And from that nervousness, there's a lot of questions coming from that nervousness as well. So we'll have to see what July means for us personally and globally. We'll see what happens, okay? Now, for Capricorn, she gave me a red directional sign. Now, she has a certain sign that lights up when there's directional changes going on, but this time she put it in red. And that felt very much for me that there was more choices related to your belief systems, whatever your belief systems are. They could be family beliefs, there could be other types of beliefs in your environment as well. And this is kind of like challenging you, all right? And for that, it's also important because it was in red as well to be grounded. So it's important for you, Capricorn, to keep grounded. And the card that I pulled for after I shuffled or pulled on was this one, escalated motion. This tends to come in very much when there's a quick change coming into your life, okay? But it's also a very spiritual sign. So for those of you who are not currently spiritual, you might be getting a bit of awakening. For those of you who are spiritual, you could be getting more information and downloads coming to you. But it is about sudden change, okay? Whatever's going on for you, Capricorn, it's about sudden change coming in. All right? So that's Capricorn. Now, for Aquarius, she showed me the soul pathway. All right. Our soul pathway is the one where our true soul should be going down. And we try to keep it, when we're going through life, though it's not always easy. Some of us go around the houses. Some of us gets lost in other people's shoulds and shouldn'ts and things like that. And it's very difficult sometimes to get back onto your soul pathway. But it's showing me your soul pathway. Okay. So to me, your authentic self is needed to be heard more. Okay. Now your soul pathway card is I chose this one that came out of the pack, which is the heartache and loss card. Now, we can't go through life without receiving some heartache and loss, all right? I mean, you could, Aquarius, be going through a current loss situation you're working your way through, and that's made you feel a bit lost on your soul pathway, and that's completely understandable. But sometimes to get back onto our soul pathway, we need to look at past hurts and losses as well. What's holding us back? What's stopping us from getting onto our destiny pathway? What blocks are in place? And that means looking at some of the losses maybe in our life, or some of the things we've held back that are psychologically stopping us. Okay. So to get back onto your soul pathway, you've maybe going to have to look at some of these and let go of some of them. Okay. So that's for Aquarius. For Pisces, she gave me a goat and a stag. Okay. Well, the goat can be very stubborn, can't they? They tend to have to be tethered because otherwise they go wandering off eating everybody else's garden and flowers and generally causing mayhem when they're let loose. So they're saying, try not to be like a goat. Try to allow your spiritual stag to show you your ways, right? Stags are very much known for their instinctual self. They're known for their leadership skills. So these are all kind of like skills they're trying to get you to open up to, and don't be less goat. If you get me meaning. So that was quite I thought quite a funny one for Pisces. But the card which I selected was recognition and reward, which I think complements the goat and the stag a little bit more. You know, because if you could be less goat and be more stag, hopefully your recognition and rewards are hopefully here. Hopefully you're getting some already. Or there's more coming down the way. All right, so I felt that was quite a nice one for Pisces. Just get rid of the goat. Right, Aries. What did I get for Aries? Yes, I got a lot of light energy coming through for Aries, but it was centered around this face looking through foliage like this, looking through foliage like this. And that very much felt that you'd done some really good, brilliant work on yourself, also. There'd been some improvement in your life, but you're still not shining your light enough because you're still hiding yourself behind the foliage. You're just peering out. So the emphasis is on allowing yourself to shine more than what you are, because you have a lot to offer. So I felt that's very much Aries. That's what Poppy was giving me anyway. And the card I drew, I forgot to tell you, the cards I'm using are the Psychic Tarot cards. Yeah, I'll have to put that on at the end. It's the emotional loss card. Right? Again, like the heartache and loss card, sometimes we find, because we don't shine, is that we're not really, there's a self-esteem issue going on. There's loss issues that we need to challenge that are holding us back. And yeah, you could be, like I said, experiencing loss as well, which is not a good cycle to go through anyway. But if it's about shining your light a little bit more, just look to see what's holding you back. Okay, so that's for Aries, right? For Taurus, I just got this empty desk. It looked really, kind of looked, why have I got an empty desk? And then I started getting other things coming in that given me from upstairs. And it was more about some paperwork needs attention. Okay. This could be legal paperwork, it could be bills, it could be anything, it could be insurance, but paperwork needs attention. But I also felt this was about learning. And the fact that it was an empty desk, that seems to suggest to me that some of you are either not doing the learning, academic learning you should be doing, or probably need to do, shall I say. But it's also about maybe not learning properly from life lessons as well. So it just feels as if the empty desk needs looking at, and what can you learn from it? All right, and don't forget the paperwork as well. Now, Taurus, the card is disruption. All right. So strangely, that kind of fits in with it. And I did shuffle cards and randomly select for each one. So, but for Taurus, it's about disruption. Now, disruption card, some people think, oh God, what's going on? But that to me is about decluttering your life, sorting your life out. It can also mean like a house move, things like that, because you're having to declutter and move, and which kind of fits in a little bit more with the paperwork needing attention and that. But whatever is going on, it is actually just clearing things out that no longer serve you, for you to move on to a different chapter of your life. So disruption isn't always feels nice, but it's a means to an end. Okay, so that's for Taurus, right? Now for Gemini, she showed me what I call the foundation rock. She's got a certain symbol that shows a foundation rock, which I have to refer to that as like the foundation of life, and how you're rebuilding your life or building life, that type of thing. And at the bottom of that, she put loads of little flowers. Suddenly she gets springing flowers up at me, which really meant there was definite growth in your life. And it felt very grassroots, very grassroots. That's quite a good term nowadays, is grassroots. And there was wildflowers gathering around you, so the wildflowers actually could represent soul tribes as well coming towards you. And there's definitely more blossoming in your life going on. So hopefully you're feeling that a little bit more now. Excuse me. It's the pollen. And and you've got your sacral chakra. Now, your sacral chakra is very much, for me, it feels very much where it's like you're starting to lighten up a little bit. You're starting to feel, I call it like me spiritual center, where it's starting to awaken up. It's about your family roots. It's about your grassroots. It's just about, to me, that blossoming with your sacral. That's what I feel she's talking about now. All right. Sacral, obviously, with any of your chakras, it could well mean that you need to sort your chakras out as well. Maybe go and get a chakra alignment as well for some of you. But that's just a nice card. Your sacral chakra card. It can mean sometimes looking into yourself a little bit more as well, and maybe challenging a few things that have happened in your past as well. All right. So that's for Gemini. For Cancer, I couldn't get any focus on Cancer. It was just kind of blurred and double visioned, and I couldn't get the focus in. And that very much felt that is what is going on for some of you in Cancer. Its focus is needed for you. All right. Things may not be fully what they appear. All right. So focus, question to bring the clarity in. All right. Because she was just giving me double visions there. I mean, maybe for some of you, it might be a physical thing where you've got to go get your eyes tested and I'll get something sorted with your eyes. Or it could well be that there's things that are not coming to you that you're not seeing. Okay. And the card I randomly selected was the Deception and Envy card. All right. So which can fit in with the lack of focus and double vision. That's something that is not always quite what it seems. All right. There's something maybe you're not quite acknowledging or seeing. And that could be a physical condition as well, with you getting your eyes sorted and things like that. Maybe pride's getting in the way. All right. So just be aware you just need a bit more clarity and focus in your life's Cancer. All right. So I hope that makes sense for some of you. Okay. Now, Leo, I got the relationship arch. So the relationships are key at the moment. This doesn't necessarily have to be a partnership relationship. This could be any type of relationship. Okay. It could be a work relationship, anything like that. And it very much feels as if that the stronger relationship will flourish and strengthen, whilst the weaker ones will become more problematic, okay, or just fade from your life. All right. It's kind of like there's a reshuffling going on with your relationships. And I just feel that's also with yourself. Sorry, I can't read my writing here. It's terrible, isn't it? And the card I randomly selected was the Shadow card, which seems to point as well it's your relationship with yourself you also need to look at. Or there's something that's been kept in the shadows from you, relationship wise. So whatever's going on, check out your shadows, check what's going on, but also check with your shadow self. All right, because you're coming into the light. You need to be in the light more here, but you also need to acknowledge the shadow self as well, whatever's going on in any kind of relationship you've got, including yourself. All right, so that's for Leo. Virgo, I got this sudden growth. It just sort of felt like everything suddenly came in like an arrow, that it all suddenly kind of highlighted. So it feels to me that there's an unexpected direction coming in. But it will need a bit of clarity and probably adapting to what's going on around you. Just feel positive. So hopefully, if it happens to you, it will be a positive, even though you don't always see it straight away. And it needs to stabilize this sudden growth, because it feels as if it comes out of left field. And that's not anything political. But it just feels generally positive. And I'll tell you which card got randomly selected, but this was the crown chakra. Okay. And that to me is about using your spiritual self a bit more, allowing the upstairs to give you more messages, more clarity coming in, more spiritual energy coming in, just a lot better instinctual self. So it's a really, really good card. So allow all that to come in to help you. with any sudden changes that are coming into your life. All right. So that's for Virgo. Now for Libra, she showed me little stepping stones. And I felt for some of you, you needed to take a risk and get onto them stepping stones, all right? Especially to get to your dreams. And it's even if you just step onto one, it's better than stepping onto none. Okay, and it's important that you keep trying to move forward on these stepping stones to put yourself forward a little bit more, to get to where you need to be. All right, so the stepping stones, but it'll feel a bit risky for some of you. All right, and the card that I randomly selected for you, Libra, was the financial and material changes. So there are changes going on. This could be a pathway opening up for the changes you're making to get down to these changes you need to make with finances and that. If you're actually having problems with finances and materialistic issues, get yourself some help, get on those stepping stones and ask for that help if it feels risky. All right. But ultimately, from experience of getting this card, it usually means that there's going to be some improvement somehow. It may only be small, but some improvements better than nothing. All right. So that's for you, Libra. Now for Scorpio, I got a figure standing still. And to me, sometimes in life, we just need to stop, stand still, calm ourselves, calm our minds, ground, stop all the mind and body chatter that goes on all the time. And that allows us to receive new information, get new answers coming through. And and just feel that calm. I mean, just listen to them 2 seconds of calm. You can just hear my cuckoo clock going. Doesn't that feel calm? And that's exactly what you need to be doing, Scorpio. Just step back a little bit, stand still, get rid of the monkey mind, which is one of the ways that they say it. And the card, and I did randomly choose these after I shuffled them. So is mental conflict. So whether this is just an argument with yourself, you're undermining yourself, or there's something else bigger going on for you, a lot of worry and that going on for you, just stand still and try and get that calm. All right. And that'll help hopefully bring some clarity in for you. But if you need to get professional help, do so. All right. That's for Scorpio. Sagittarius, I just got loads of busy people. Some were talking to each other, some were just like busy on their own and things like that. So that very felt that that's your life at the minute. You just feel busy. But also you need to remember to expand your network, and that includes your social and business and things like that. Because I'll tell you why. Because the card that I randomly selected again is fulfillment of wishes. So there's your little treasure chest. I bet it's still small, but it's there. There's your plans. There's all the emotions. That's water represents your emotions here. Okay, but also, I mean, going with the flow. This is a seedling that's started to grow. And so it's a fulfillment of wishes. So all this busy is actually helping a fulfillment of wishes for you. So that's a really lovely card. And if you can't understand that, Sagittarius, maybe there's something that you're needing to direct yourself with. All right. So that's for Sagittarius. All right. So that's all the readings for this month of July 2023. The cards I was using, got to do this at the beginning. These are the Psychic Tarot cards, as you can see. There's my cuckoo clock going on. And so they're a really nice pack. And just want to say thank you for joining me again this month. And if you want to see on a daily posting, I'm on Facebook at Crystal Ball Readings. Okay, so or you can subscribe to my YouTube page. All right, so I want to say thank you very much and heartfelt wishes and power love. All right, thank you. Bye.